Our planet Earth formed over 4.5 billion years ago. It was a very different place then. It was extremely hot with volcanoes erupting across its surface. The atmosphere was toxic and there were no oceans, only vast seas of molten rock. It was a harsh and unforgiving environment. Life, as we know it, seemed impossible. But life, remarkably, did emerge. About 3.8 billion years ago, the first signs of life appeared in Earth's primordial oceans. These early life forms were very simple, single-celled organisms called prokaryotes. They were tiny, much smaller than the head of a pin. These early prokaryotes were incredibly successful. They adapted and thrived in the harsh conditions of early Earth. Over billions of years, life in the oceans became more complex. About 540 million years ago, there was a period of rapid diversification of life known as the Cambrian explosion. New and strange creatures evolved, many with hard shells and skeletons. These creatures swam through the oceans, hunted for food, and sought shelter on the seabed. For billions of years, life flourished in the oceans, but the land remained barren and lifeless. Then, about 500 million years ago, plants began to colonize the land. These early plants were simple, but they paved the way for more complex life to follow. Insects, the first animals to venture onto land, soon followed. About 400 million years ago, fishes became the dominant creatures in the oceans. There were many different types of fish, from small, bottom-feeding creatures to large, predatory sharks. Some fish even evolved lungs and could breathe air, which allowed them to venture onto land for short periods of time. These pioneering fish were the ancestors of all land-dwelling vertebrates, including ourselves. Section 6. The reign of the dinosaurs. Around 230 million years ago, dinosaurs emerged as the dominant land animals. Dinosaurs were reptiles, but they were different from modern reptiles in several ways. They were warm-blooded, meaning that they could regulate their own body temperature. Dinosaurs ruled the Earth for over 160 million years. This period is known as the Mesozoic era, or the Age of Reptiles. Section 7. The rise of mammals. While the dinosaurs ruled the land, a new group of animals was evolving: mammals. These early mammals were small, often no larger than a modern-day mouse, and they had to be incredibly resourceful to survive in a world dominated by gigantic reptiles. They lived in burrows, climbed trees, and foraged for food at night to avoid the many predators that roamed the prehistoric landscapes. Mammals were small and furry, and they gave birth to live young. This was a significant evolutionary advantage, as it allowed them to care for their offspring in a way that reptiles could not. The young were nurtured and protected, increasing their chances of survival in a harsh environment. These early mammals also had a higher metabolic rate, which meant they could be more active and agile than their reptilian counterparts. They lived in the shadows of the dinosaurs, but they were waiting for their chance. These mammals were incredibly adaptable, able to thrive in a variety of environments. They could be found in forests, swamps, and even in the arid regions where food was scarce. Their ability to adapt to different habitats was crucial for their survival and eventual dominance. About 66 million years ago, a giant asteroid collided with Earth. This catastrophic event marked the end of the Cretaceous period and the beginning of a new era. The impact released an unimaginable amount of energy equivalent to billions of atomic bombs and caused immediate and long-term changes to the planet's climate and ecosystems. The impact caused widespread devastation, including massive volcanic eruptions and tsunamis. The skies darkened with ash and debris, blocking out sunlight and causing a dramatic drop in temperatures. This impact winter led to the collapse of food chains, as plants could no longer photosynthesize and herbivores starved, followed by the carnivores that depended on them. The dinosaurs, unable to survive the cataclysmic changes, were wiped out. This mass extinction event cleared the way for mammals to rise. With the dominant predators gone, mammals began to diversify and occupy ecological niches that were previously inaccessible. Over millions of years, they evolved into the wide variety of species we see today, from tiny shrews to massive whales, marking the true rise of mammals. Section 8. The Age of Humans. This era marks a significant turning point in the history of life on Earth. After the catastrophic event that led to the extinction of the dinosaurs, a new chapter began, dominated by the rise of mammals. With the dinosaurs gone, mammals were free to evolve and diversify. They began to occupy various ecological niches, adapting to different environments and climates. This period saw the emergence of a wide variety of mammalian species, each uniquely suited to their habitats. They spread across the globe, filling the ecological niches left vacant by the dinosaurs. From the dense forests to the open plains, mammals thrived and evolved. This global migration and adaptation led to an incredible diversity of forms and behaviors among mammals. Some mammals became very large, like the woolly mammoths and giant sloths of the Ice Age. These megafauna were well adapted to the harsh cold climates of the time, with thick fur and large bodies that helped them retain heat. Others, like primates, developed larger brains and complex social structures. These early primates lived in trees, using their hands and feet to grasp branches and their keen eyesight to navigate the forest canopy. Over time, their social interactions became more sophisticated, leading to the development of communication and tool use. One lineage of primates, the hominids, eventually gave rise to our own species, Homo sapiens. These early humans were remarkable for their ability to adapt to a wide range of environments, from the savannas of Africa to the icy tundras of Europe. They developed advanced tools, mastered the use of fire, and formed complex social groups, laying the foundation for modern human civilization. Section 9. Our place in Earth's story. Humans are relative newcomers to Earth's long history. The Earth has existed for over 4.5 billion years, going through numerous transformations and epochs. From the fiery beginnings of the Hadean Eon to the lush green landscapes of the present day, our planet has seen it all. But in our short time on this planet, we have had a profound impact. In just a few thousand years, human activities have reshaped the Earth's surface, altered its ecosystems, and left an indelible mark on its geological record. Urbanization has spread like wildfire, consuming natural habitats and replacing them with concrete jungles. We've altered the environment, releasing pollutants into the air, water, and soil. The Industrial Revolution marked a significant turning point as factories began to spew out emissions that have since accumulated in the atmosphere, contributing to global warming and climate change, driven countless species to extinction as we encroach upon their habitats and disrupt their ecosystems. The loss of biodiversity is a silent crisis, with many species disappearing before we even have a chance to study them and even change the climate. The melting of glaciers, rising sea levels, and an increase in extreme weather events are all symptoms of a planet in distress. The delicate balance that has sustained life for millions of years is now under threat. The future of life on Earth now depends on the choices we make today. We have the power to mitigate the damage and steer our planet towards a more sustainable future. Renewable energy sources such as wind and solar power offer a glimmer of hope. Community efforts like tree planting and conservation projects are steps in the right direction. We must learn from the past and work to protect the planet and its biodiversity for generations to come. By understanding the mistakes of our ancestors and the consequences of our actions, we can make informed decisions that benefit both humanity and the natural world. The story of life on Earth is a story of resilience, adaptation, and recovery. Nature has an incredible ability to heal and regenerate given the chance. Coral reefs can thrive once more, and forests can regrow after devastating wildfires, and the interconnectedness of all living things. Every species, no matter how small, plays a role in the intricate web of life. The survival of one often depends on the health and well-being of others. It is a story that is still being written, with each generation adding new chapters. The choices we make today will shape the narrative for years to come, and we are all a part of it. Every individual has a role to play in this grand story. By working together, we can ensure that the Earth remains a vibrant and thriving home for all its inhabitants.